Hey everybody, I'm so glad you're here for a breath work and meditation and some somatic body movement or yoga, whatever you like to call it. But we're gonna start with a little bit of movement. And normally we're on the ground a lot, and that's partly because of the ease of the angle with recording. But we're gonna stand up and get started and just do some gentle movement. And I'm gonna guide you through, and I want you to be sure that you do only what feels right in your body here and how that works for you. So we're gonna start with, in typical yoga, you would call these sun salutations. I like to refer to them as SON salutations. And they're a way for us to just kind of move the body, feel and connect with what's going on in our body before we actually sit down and practice breathing, connecting even further with the body. And then we're going to move into some meditation. I've got a couple of different things we're going to do today. So if you have a mat and want to join, go ahead, and you can have cameras on or off. Participants, it does not matter. And you can just watch and observe and see what I'm doing, or listen to what I'm guiding you through, and I'll speak nice and loud. So I'm going to scooch my cushion out of the way a bit, and I'm just going to stand back. And hopefully, can y'all hear me still? Give me a thumbs up if you can. All right, good deal. So just starting, like, really you would be at the front of your mat. I'm at the back of my mat just because I think the angle's a little bit better and you can see me. But just standing square, we're doing what we would call in yoga Tadasana. And just standing in this mountain pose. It's just a power posture where you're feeling your feet on the floor, you're feeling your feet connect with the mat, allowing the shoulders to soften, making sure that we're not keeping our shoulders up in our ears, just softening those shoulders down, allowing the fingers to hang, not locking the knees, but having just a little bit of fluidity that you can allow fluid to flow through the legs. I'm not bending my knees, they're still straight legs. And what we go through here in Tadasana, we think first about rooting our feet down into the mat, and then really gripping or having active legs. So it's as if I'm twisting my heels into the mat, as if I'm splitting the mat I'm standing on with my feet in half right down the middle. So you know how you can like rip a piece of paper between your feet, as if you're like pulling outward. And then just feel the difference, how that activates all the muscles in the legs. Belly in, pelvic bowl neutral. So I don't want to tip my pelvis forward as if it were holding a bowl of water, nor do I want to like arch my back where I would tip my pelvic bowl backwards and spill water out of the back. I literally just want to remain neutral. Belly in, lengthening between the hip bone and the rib cage. So I'm lengthening through the torso, opening through the collarbone, allowing the shoulders to just relax down, almost as if I'm pinching a pencil or holding a pencil between the lower part of my shoulder blades. My palms shine forward, allowing my chin to just be parallel with the earth. Engaging all of those things, but not overthinking it. So now I'm just kind of giving you a way to stand in an active mountain pose. Let's inhale our arms up overhead, clasping. The thumbs are interlacing of my thumbs. My fingertips are in prayer, gentle. And I want you first to just do a little bit of pendulum swing from side to side. So my elbows are up nice and tight against my ears. My arms are straight, reaching for the sky, but I'm still relaxing my shoulder blades. So yes, my shoulders are hiking up a little bit, but I'm intentionally relaxing where I can. Belly's into the spine, and I'm just pendulating. My hips are going in the opposite direction of the hands. And then I'm tuned to the breath. Just noticing, perhaps we've talked before about that ujjayi breath. Breathing in intentionally back of the throat. Softening the gaze maybe, so that means your eyes might be looking down towards the floor in front of you, the top of your mat, or since my mat's a ways out, you may be at the top of your mat, looking about 3 feet in front of you, or even eyes closed. Then let's come back still. Arms are still up. Let's pull those arms in tight like they're hugging the ears, lengthening the spine. And then just a gentle, as we're lengthening, reach the fingertips towards the sky, gentle back bend, very, very gentle. So here, this is my upper back that is doing the bending. I'm not doing anything to hurt my spine, and then I'm allowing my eyes to just kind of follow where my fingers are leading. So you might just have a very gentle back bend. Inhale back up nice and tall. Then we're going to exhale those hands, sweeping them like a swan dive, forward fold, allowing the fingertips to come. Now, if you are not able to reach the floor, that's fine. Just let your fingers rest on your calves, the tops of your feet, wherever they land. Forward fold, the crown of my head is going to go all the way down toward the mat. So my chin is toward the chest. And then we're going to halfway lift. So my hands are sliding up toward my shins, and I'm like an inverted L here. Halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Allow the shoulders to slide down, relaxing away from the ears. Exhale your breath, forward fold again. And we're going to step back into plank. And now we can lower our knees or stay in a plank position. We're going to lower down, and then we call this chaturanga. Lower down, and then inhale. We're going to just come up to a baby sphinx. So I've got my forearms in a 90-degree angle. My forearms are resting on the mat. Tops of my feet are pressing into the mat. And I'm just feel that lengthening. Gaze straight ahead. Just feel the lengthening in the spine. Opening up that lower back, pressing the hip bones toward the mat. Active feet. So the tops of my feet are pressing into the mat. My legs are active. So I'm relieving the pressure off of my back. And we're going to lower down and push back into downward facing dog. Feet hip width distance apart, fingertips wide, spread like Spider-Man, booty up in the air. You can have your knees really bent, or if you like, even walking your dog out, that's alternating as if you're on like an elliptical with your feet pedaling, one toe, 1 foot up, the other heel lifting and lowering. As you breathe in that ujjayi breath, that deeper breath, intentional breath. And on the next inhale, look forward towards your hands and then walk your feet back towards the top of the mat. Exhale, folding all the way over. Inhale, bending the knees and rising those arms like a reverse swan dive up. Let those eyes follow the hands all the way up overhead. And then exhale the hands to heart center. Well done, y'all. I'm going to step back. Okay, we're going to go through that a little faster if you'd like, but go at your own pace. Let's inhale those arms up overhead. We're going to go ahead again, interlocking the thumbs, fingers like in prayer. Let's just pendulum a little again. See if you've got a little more fluid flowing. Belly into the spine. Feet are nice and firm on the mat. Side to side. See if you've got a little more range of motion. Then let's come back to center. Inhale those arms up high. Reach as if you're lengthening. Now you're being stretched. Your arms are heading up toward the sky. And then let's go ahead and just do a gentle back bend. Just breathing, opening up the back and the spine. Exhale, come back nice and tall. Inhale, we're going to swan dive. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, half lift, lengthening the spine. Allow the crown of the head, that's the top or where your part is. Reach for the wall in front of you. As the shoulders slide down, relaxing, creating space between the ears and the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into plank or chaturanga. You can lower your knees as we lower down, lowering to the mat as we chaturanga. Inhale, we're going to come up into what they would call cobra. We're allowing the shoulders to slide down again, relaxing. And then inhale, tucking those toes, push back into downward facing dog. Belly into the spine, allow those hips to reach for the sky. Head just dangles, pressing through the tips of the fingers, inner rotation of those shoulders. Taking a nice deep breath here. And then let that out. And inhale as you look forward, and then walk your feet towards your hands to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold again. Allow the chin to rest toward the chest. Slight bend in the knee as you inhale. Reverse swan dive, rise back up. And then exhale those hands to heart center. And exhale, let's go back to our mountain pose. Just allow the breath to catch up with the heart pace. And this time, on a third time around, I want you to just go at the pace that's comfortable for you. Maybe you want to stay in one of the poses a little longer or a shorter amount of time. And you can watch if you want to see what I'm doing, or you can just do whatever your body chooses to do. We're going to inhale those arms up, and you go ahead, if you'd like to pendulum, you do so, or go ahead and just go through the body movement. This time paying attention to what your body's saying. Noticing areas of discomfort, listening. Maybe it's going to ask you to stretch a little differently, to hold a pose longer, different than perhaps the way I showed you. All righty. A little bit of different movement, kind of getting us all fired up, right? Ready to go. I shouldn't be wearing a sweatshirt in my house. It's a little warm. So I think what we'll do today, in terms of breathing and meditation, well, first what I'm going to do is I'm reading this book. Dr. Daniel Amen, if anybody's familiar with him, he's got a lot of great books out there, and even cookbooks, different things. Very much a brain guy and studying of the brain. And his big thing is these SPECT scans. SPECT is the acronym, SPECT. And he does a lot of amazing things on, like, thinking about how doctors usually, like, they're going to look not just at, like, let's say a heart doctor. A heart doctor is not just going to, you've got certain conditions that are going on, certain symptoms. They're not going to just talk to you and look at the outside of you. They're going to do things and look inside of you. They're going to do blood work. They're going to do scans of the heart. They're going to maybe do exploratory things, figure out what's going on in the heart. Then they make a plan. And he just has realized how, he's a therapist. So as a therapist, or whether a counselor, therapist, or psychiatrist, psychologist, that all we do regarding the brain is talk to people, but never actually look at the brain. And there's more and more that are doing scans, but 20 years ago, we kind of started doing this, stumbled across these types of scans, and then realizing how if we're scanning people's minds, that we can see where there's areas in the brain where there's deficiencies and things that are happening, and then like work with that to find out what people actually need, even if they're dealing with a lot of emotional related things. That a lot of times it's because of something's not functioning properly in the brain. So this is really the first book of his that I've ever read, but I do find I'm just reading different things and find it fascinating. But one of the things that I'm going to just share right now, and it's just a tiny little part where he's talking about the power of appreciation, and then has done thousands of scans on how gratitude and appreciation literally changes the structure of the brain, and actually can do it really, really fast. So there's just one section, and I'm gonna literally show this photo of these brain scans. Okay, so what you see on the left side is somebody who, after doing a meditation in gratitude, has this pretty decent looking brain if you looked at these scans a lot. But then he had them do, like a week later, a fearful meditation to go in the opposite direction of gratitude and play out, imagine, visualize, like we've been doing in these, and how quickly it changes literally the structure of the brain. Just in a 30-minute meditation, focusing on the problems in your life rather than gratitude. And when people see scans and don't just talk about these things, they're like, whoa, like, are you kidding me? It literally changed the way my brain is flowing. But it shows lower activity when fearful, especially in their left temporal lobe, like creates craters in the brain in a 30-minute time period. And then like testing people on memory or recall or empathy and some of these different things, how it literally changes that. So he's talking here, it says, when you bring your attention to the things that you're grateful for in your life, your brain actually works better. This psychologist, Noel Nelson, and him had done a study on gratitude and appreciation. While she was working on a book called The Power of Appreciation, she underwent two SPECT scans. The first time, for the first time, she was scanned after 30 minutes of meditating on all the things that she was thankful for in her life. Her brain looked very healthy after the appreciation meditation. Then, several days later, after focusing on major fears in her life, Noelle took the exercise seriously and let the flow of strings of frightening thoughts enter in. She just stayed with that flow of everything bad. And so it goes on to explain the example that she used and how she went through that. Then he scanned her brain. Her frightened brain looked so different from her gratitude brain. She had seriously decreased activity in two parts of her brain. Her cerebellum was completely shut down. And if you recall, the cerebellum is known for and is involved in physical coordination, such as walking or playing sports even. New research suggests that the cerebellum is involved in processing speed, how quickly we can integrate new information from the cerebellum happens. So when the cerebellum is low in activity, people tend to be clumsier, less likely to think their way out of problems, and then process information more slowly and get confused more easily. So I just found that really fascinating because so I thought we're gonna do a little gratitude practice ourselves, and so to think that the power of our thoughts, now these are conscious ones, but you guys, we take that and unwind that on our subconscious thoughts. And I mean, I can see that in my own life. Times I know when I am more easily confused and have a harder time processing information and wondering what's going on beneath the surface in some of those times. Versus times when you're just feeling good, life is good, and you're flowing and you're going, and your recall and your ability is strong. And so when there's scans that are actually proving this, I find that really interesting. And so the shirt that I have on right now is literally my grateful shirt. Forever grateful is what it says. It's like this Grateful Dead sweatshirt that I found for $5 somewhere. I'm like, well, that works. That's pretty good. Forever grateful. So we're going to do a little bit of some of the simple breathwork practices because we're going to just have that in the back of the mind. And I'm going to give you guys the opportunity, if you want to, after I'll get us started, and then to unmute and things in your own life that you're grateful for, things about whatever comes to your mind and heart. Because the reason I think it would be great to do this is for us to practice and verbalize it. Because we do it subconsciously, we can do it, but when we're speaking things out, I think it makes a huge difference. I know when I'm done with these, I feel so good because I've been the one speaking, and it just shifts things. But that's why we're doing it together, is because we get to practice and change the structure of our brains. That's what we're going to do today. Literally going to do that. And so we're going to do that. And then I've got something out of, again, the Hildegard of Bingen book on meditations, just something on the Holy Spirit, just kind of grabbed me this morning. And I thought, well, we'll do that at the end and just wrap her up. So let's just get cozy and find your seat, whether that's on a couch, a cushion, whatever you're doing. Get yourself in a comfortable place. And we'll begin with feeling the body. So if you'd like to close your eyes, soften your gaze, keep them wide open, whatever suits you today. If you are not leaning against a wall or sitting on a couch and choose to sit upright, I want you to make sure that you're pulling your belly in, protecting your spine, your lower back. And if you want to practice that, that's wonderful. My encouragement is, as your back starts to get too sore, discomfort builds it up, lean against a wall. And just know that little by little, we get stronger in those supportive muscles. So let's just draw our belly into our spine, whether we have support or not. Feeling The shoulders soften, relaxing the neck and the throat. Moving our awareness to the top of our head. We just feel that anointing of oil as we just welcome the presence, the awareness of the presence of the living God in us, around us, remembering that they are always for us. As we take a nice gentle breath in through the nose, filling with that ruah breath awareness, and just allow a gentle thought of gratitude to rise for no particular reason other than that breath that is ours, that is theirs. Brings us into the awareness of one, of union. And I know that you have since allowed that breath to leave the body. Let's pull up from our perineum, inhaling, allowing the muscles, sphincters to contract, pulling that breath in, allowing that breath to move up through the energy centers in the body, up towards, making its way towards the throat, breathing in through the nose, mouth if you need to, sometimes allergies, we need to do that. Allow that breath to move all the way past the throat, up into the face, and to leave through the mouth, nice and slow, perhaps pursing like you're exhaling through a straw. And continuing that same breath pattern. So we're breathing in as if we're pulling up from the earth beneath our sit bones, allowing that breath to slide up past all of our energy centers, through our root, our sacral, all the way up through the throat, past the heart, all of the things, into the face, into that center of the brain, and then just exhaling out through the mouth when you're ready. Bringing our attention back to that oil that has settled in over the crown of our head. Feeling that continue to soften as it pours down ever so slowly past your temples, your forehead, softening as you're breathing, softening the cheeks and the eyes. Relaxation settles in across the bridge of your nose, down through the sides of your nose. Oil just relaxing and soothing every bit of tension in the face, in the back of the head, around the ears. A softening down the sides of your neck, a relaxation as if it's a massage of the neck and shoulders, easing those shoulders. And you feel that passing the shoulders down the arms, as if there's oil just pressing into your palms, making sure that the palms are open and relaxed, a slight bend in the fingers, maybe palms are shining upward, feeling air passing over your palms, a rest. It's just feeling the body, fueling and filling at the same time. And gratitude begins to rise in the heart as you feel that oil being massaged into the actual heart muscle. On your next inhale, bring that breath awareness right into the heart center. And allowing the emotion of gratitude to fill you as you're breathing at a pace that's comfortable for you into that heart space. What brings you gratitude? What allows gratitude to rise up within this place in you? Not through the mind. We've relaxed and softened the mind, and allowing it to build within the heart. The heart is feeling and the heart is thinking, opening, continuing to breathe, but allowing awareness of that heart space as the rest of the body follows suit of relaxation and a sense of gratitude. As I become more aware of that heart space, gratitude just builds for a sunshiny and even late summer afternoon rain showers. Gratitude for the elements, whether deep heat, gentle breezes, steady rain that falls straight down. For me, dips in cool water where I can float and rest and relax. Move the body in gentle ways and honor the body for where it is. I'm grateful for community and connections, just like this group and this time together of amazing people, where it's a safe place to grow, and we have so many opportunities to grow, to learn, to share, to voice frustrations or concerns or differences, and feel unconditional love. Gratitude for the Trinity living in us, as us, the letting go of old ways and old paradigms that held us captive to what is not our reality. For busting confining mindsets and expanding our capacity for life, for love, for health, for life, for immortality, for connecting with all of creation in ways we never even fathomed was possible. For living at such a time as this, where things are changing in rapid succession, yet we are to fear not. For He is with us, He is in us, He is guiding us into our unimaginable more, right here and right now. where all the things that the world puts limits on us, on our health, on our finances, on our relationships, on our future. And we here, if you're here, you know there's so much more. You've always known. Your heart right now, as you are breathing that Ruach breath of life, intentionally allowing healing oils to enter into the heart. The mind is so in tune, so aware, awakening, becoming, aligning with what has always been yours. I am grateful that we are trusting the process of stepping into the great unknown, the expanse of life and abundance. Giving rein to the Holy Spirit to guide, teach, correct, comfort, awaken the reality of our inclusion in the finished work of Jesus Christ on the cross, not only for us, but as us. We are sons of the living God. We are all that He was, all that He is. For as He is, so are we in this earth, in all of creation. And you know what? They wait, standing on tiptoe, expectancy for our rising and shining. They know our light has come and the time is now. Not in pressure, but in absolute excitement, anticipation, and with grateful hearts that we are awakening to this reality. I am so grateful that each one of you is on this journey with me. I am grateful for the food that I will partake in after this. I am grateful for the opportunities to get on here and just play and have fun and explore more of who I am as you do the same. And as you continue to breathe life into your mind, your body, your cells, your organs, your tissues, your tendons, your joints, every facet of your being, if you choose to unmute and share and verbalize something you're grateful for, let's do that for just a few minutes. And then we'll move into our Holy Spirit reading to wrap up our time.
Something that came to me was in gratitude was glimpses. I'm so grateful to glimpses that I get of something of the truth and how that expands. And yeah, that just kept playing in my mind.
Glimpses. Glimpses. Wow. Anything that you want to unpack in that joy, or you want to just sit with that?
Just it it for me it covers so much because it's like you're going through your day and when looking out and getting glimpses and glimpses of all this gratitude, you know. Um, and just reminders, those glimpses are reminders of where we truly are.
So good. And the more we glimpse, the longer those glimpses last, that turn into gazing, maybe even. Yeah, so good. Anything. I'm grateful for my cat. I'm grateful for Joy's words about ways to help him.
I'm grateful for light,
Mhm.
whatever in whatever form that is, whether it's a revelation, whether it's just seeing clearer. And I'm grateful that there really is no darkness. It's just an absence of light.
Yes.
There is nothing else.
Light. Turn on the lights, baby. The
And
light.
I'm grateful for the Trinity's understanding and patience
Mm.
and allowing us to work this out, knowing that they're never gonna leave us alone. Whatever we need to work out, they're gonna stay with us because they know in the truth of our being who we are.
Mm. That's so good. You know, Jackie, that reminds me that, yeah, they're on the side of it is finished. So they're grateful for what is as we're working that out. So what if we're actually on that side too, and we get to practice gratitude from that side? So I've done that in my gratitude journal sometimes, where I write what I don't yet see, but I know is mine. So I am so grateful for immortality. I am so grateful that I am literally aging in reverse. I'm so grateful for the strength in my body and in my mind and in my heart. I'm grateful for the healed relationships and family dynamics. I'm grateful that they're mine. I am grateful they are better than they ever were and ever have been. I am so grateful for the absolute abundance that I'm experiencing. That literally everything that I feel that I may have lacked at one time is actually already mine. I am grateful that I don't have to wear contacts or glasses anymore. It's so awesome. I am so grateful that my cat has stopped biting once in a while in the middle of the night. And if you want to practice that, please do. Speaking that out feels pretty amazing in a safe space. Or just do it right there with ears locked, but go for it if you'd like.
I literally hear the sound of the abundance of rain. I am grateful for the abundance,
Mm.
not just of rain for creation, but resources, abundance, love, restoration of family, the abundance of community that we have.
So good. And feeling these things. What does it feel like to say this stuff, guys? What do you feel when you say that? Create it, live it, experience it in the body.
It feels
Rest.
it feels expansive.
Yeah,
Good word.
very good word.
I'm grateful for the rock solid assurance that I am his favorite beloved son, and I have never met anyone that is more holy or more loved than I am.
Mhm.
But I've met a lot of people who are the same,
Yeah.
Mhm.
just as loved and just as holy as I am.
Mm, love that.
Expansive was great, Joy. That's what I'm feeling like inside. It's like a black hole that's just expanding and just, bringing in all this abundance that's already ours.
So awesome.
So maybe it's a light hole instead of a dark hole.
Mhm.
Okay, that's wild that you say that. I have to find a reel that I saw today from some concert that took place in a new arena in Vegas, and the light show was like out of this world. I will see if I can find that again somehow. I don't know how you find reels you've already watched, but it was exactly that. It was a light hole. And then all this light poured into this light cylinder, and then it took it out and it expanded and it covered the entire, like it was like nothing I've ever seen. And they're like, we're in a new age of entertainment with light.
Hmm.
It was incredible. So it was just that. Well, I'm thinking I'm gonna wait on um, the other thing that I was gonna do. I'll just save that for
Mhm.
next week. And anything else, anybody, on gratitude, feeling it in the body, anything that you want to connect feelings and words with, go for it. If not, that's fine. Anything else comes up, you're free to share.
I'm just so grateful for sharing, for everyone, the community that we're in, and just to be able to share. That sharing is just, after you have an experience, like a revelation or whatever it is, you just want to share,
Mhm.
and yeah, I'm just grateful that people participate in that.
Yeah.
Mm.
The op, so I can't think of exactly how this goes, but it's like I get my synonym and antonyms mixed up, but is it the synonym of depression is repression, and the antonym of depression is expression?
Hmm.
And so when we express what's going on in the heart, the mind, the body, especially like this, like to express the things that we feel it's not safe to in our world at our age,
Mhm.
it gets held in and it like locks us up. So even like whether I'll throw this out, you can do it loud on here, or you can put your mute on and just like Yeah, joy. You know, all these things. And just taking, let's do that. Let's mute. We can mute. This way you've got the freedom in your space to um just like whatever, be 10, be 8, like for 30 seconds of joy and allow those feelings to come up and just let the Holy Spirit guide whatever wants to come up. And let's just do that for a minute and then we'll hop back on. Okay, go
So
ahead.
before we do that,
Yeah.
I am grateful for the mobility and flexibility of a child,
Mm,
for the ever increasing strength as a mature adult, for divine health and immortality, and eyesight that is better than 2020. And yeah, thank you for letting me pause there for a second, because that's part of my celebration.
super duper. All right, let's do it, you guys. Anybody else before? We're good? Okay. All right, go. All righty, whenever you're done, you take your time. I got really, really happy, really excited. I felt it all. Could you feel it? I can feel yours.
I got happy feet.
Happy feet.
Yeah.
There you go. Super good. Okay. Let's just take the last moment here. If you'd like, hands on your heart, just sitting up nice and tall. Let's take a nice deep breath in, all the way pulling up from the floor, from the earth, inhaling up, root, sacral, solar plexus, in breathing up that center column, up through the heart, past the throat. Any blockages in that throat have been released, loosened up through the center of the mind, feeling firework explosion there, and then out through the top of the head, exhaling through the mouth, but out the top of the head, literally fireworks for the 4th of July week ahead. Let's do that again. When you're ready, breathing in, pulling up from the earth. Imagining light, all that your gratitude and your expression has done in the body, pulling up, lightsaber, all the way through the center of your being, energy dispersing through the body, out the top of the head, releasing what needs out. Is that life light surrounding you, filling you, energizing you, and calming you at the same time? Let's then feel in the center of the heart with that next breath. Gratitude for the heart, for this life force in you, this dwelling place, where the kingdom resides within us. Not a mental awareness, but an inner knowing that we are partnering with the life that is in us, not through intellect, not through knowledge, not through efforting, just connecting with what we already know to be true. No religious doctrine flowing around that, and awakening to our reality that has been ours from before the beginning of time. And the time is now to settle into a new awareness right here. Let's take our palms, rub them together. Let's create that friction. Allow those fingers to bend back, just putting the energy right into the palm. Back and forth, back and forth. Rub, 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 rub. This brings us into that awareness. We have generated so much life-giving energy in the body today. We are the creators of our reality. So now let's bend the fingers in and get the whole hand. Keep breathing. Then let's just gently, maybe a ½ inch apart, just pull those fingers ½ inch apart. Just bounce them. See if you feel that energy. That's always there, you guys. It's always with us. Now we've just created it. But we did it today. We did the same thing within the body, with our thoughts and our emotions, and choosing the direction in which we're putting them. Now let's take that energy ball and make a ball out of it, bouncing it around. See if you can feel like a little super ball or a tennis ball size energy ball. And if there's an area of tension, maybe you got something sore in your body right now, you feel a shoulder or maybe a headache, a knee, a hip, take that ball and put it there and press it in. And literally just put all that life-giving energy into an area of tension. I don't really have a headache. Nothing hurts right now.
Yeah. So it feels good.
Then let it go. Woo, that was just a little wonky thing. Okay, good deal. All right, thanks for joining, guys. I'm gonna